Yo, you lot race.
No, that's it.
Or scream as loud as you can in the mic.
With his raw portrayal of street culture, FD earns the title Voice of the Streets. In this podcast, we uncover the secrets behind his journey to success.
I don't ever want to be broke again. I don't want to go back to my ends. When I did the Bobo advert, and I'm telling him to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
What's the secret to a good video?
It's a lot, but that video changed my life. Today I'm gonna be talking my shit, so be prepared.
All right, here we go. So welcome to the Trenches Talk podcast today, guys. And as you can see, we are in a new studio. So let's get a little round of applause for the new studio.
Come on.
All right, cool. So to christen it, I've got the man himself, FD.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Gas. I mean, we're finally here. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I think, since we spoke. But yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
He's in the building. So
I'm in the zone right now.
That's good. Let's
early morning.
Early morning. Let's keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So yeah, do you want to just go ahead and explain who you are and what you do for the people that might not know who you are?
All right, yeah. So my name is Fabio De Seno, but obviously I think the streets know me as FD from the Future or FD from the You-Know. I think a lot of people. It is FD from the Future, but I guess my tag is FD from the You-Know.
FD from the You-Know. Yeah. I've heard that before.
Yeah, a lot of people are like Uno because I spell it U-N-O, but it's You-Know. Like that's how I say. Like I would type You-Know.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna bring a pack of Uno cards.
Just to take the piss. Yeah. So I mean, I like to say I document culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably in the start of the year it was very much, streetwear, things like that. But I feel like I've transcended that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the music industry, fashion, of course, trying to tackle sport, all that, and commercial as well. But I like to say I document culture because when people are like, oh, you're a content creator, all that shit, I'm like, bro, no one is doing it like me. So like, can't exactly be in the same realm as all these other people. So yeah, man.
I think like content creator is quite like a broad thing as well. Like anyone could be a content creator, but I think what you're doing, it goes deeper.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite niche, like what I do. Like, yes, you can I make content, right? But the content I make, no one is doing that. So it's kind of like, that's why I like to say I document culture, because it's kind of like, there are people who might pull up to the same place as me, but no one ever talks about their video. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, today I'm going to be talking my shit, so be prepared.
Nice, that's cool. For the people at home, I'm just going to kind of give them a bit of of like an insight of kind of how I see you. So like, I think you do like stellar work, like it's sick. But I think what makes kind of what you provide good is you package it down into like a digestible kind of Instagram reel or TikTok video for like the people to kind of see.
Yeah.
So it's like there are people probably doing kind of what you're doing, like journalistic, like for like journalistic purposes, but what makes you so good is you package it into something that like is so relatable for everyone to see.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, and I think I'm aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because people might ask like where my inspiration for like editing and things like that comes from, but my actual inspiration for the way I edit comes from skate videos, edits.
Yeah.
Because they're so quick and choppy, and someone falls over,
so random,
and they're very random, and they don't really make sense.
Yeah.
And also, when I work with brands, they're always talking about, oh, we need a story in the video, and I'm like, that's not how I edit.
Yeah.
Like my stuff's unpredictable, especially. I used to love when I was growing up them like COD montages. Like there'll be like a 360 no scope, and then like they'll jump off a building, and then like just those type of funny edits and clips. Like if you were to go back and look at my sneaker show, I was very meme overload and like all that, like quite funny, because don't want to sit there and listen, like, do you know what I mean, and watch a video of an event and it's just like one thing after, oh, this is what they did here. And then I want to see someone do a front flip and then someone screaming and because it's like, yo, you have to watch it. Because when you look at insights and stuff, my like time duration is quite long. When a lot of people's are probably like the first 3 seconds, and mine is quite long because people want to carry on watching it. So yeah, I'm fully aware of that. And it's not even like I'm consciously trying to do it. It's just because I'm inspired to edit like that.
Like that, yeah. Has that style like developed over time? Have you realized kind of what works and then you just do more? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. And also, like I said, I'm aware. So when I'm actually filming the content, I'll make sure to do certain things, or I'll make sure to make people do certain things because that might be the hero clip. You know what I'm saying? Like the other day, Bad Friend, which is a LA brand, I think, or California, streetwear brand. They did a collab with Slorm, and they were giving out free garms in Shoreditch, whatever. I pulled up and I made these two kids race for some joggers, and they raced and like, bless them, they were dashing like, and the guy who runs Bad Friend, I literally saw it last night. He posted like a whole London dump, whatever. One of the photos is the kid running on my video. So it's like, I knew that would go, innit? Like I know when certain clips will go. I know what to put in the first 3-4 seconds. Like I know what to do because I've done it so many times. So yeah, that's cool. I was going to ask you like, what's the secret to a good video? But I feel like
me.
Well, I think like it's just, it's kind of you just getting in that space and you documenting it, but then realizing what will be that like hook moment for people to really engage with.
Well, I feel like also it's a thing of growth, like in the start I was still, finding my feet and that, but I feel like with me, I thrive under pressure. Like I've always been really good at that. I feel like that's where I work best, when I'm under pressure, especially when I'm interviewing rappers and things like that. At first I was very trying to do like the whole journalist thing, like really, but now I do a mixture of like really deep journalism, and then I might do like a quick fire thing where it's quite funny. So like the Heady one did so well because like I asked him, oh, who's your favorite porn star? And he gives me like this funny reaction, and then my guy who's filming it says something and he interacts with it. It's quite funny, right? But I knew that would work. So every time I like meet a rapper, I might ask them that question because like it's quite funny, innit? Like they're like this big gangster rapper, and then you're asking them some jokes like that, and then they have to kind of break their shell a bit, innit?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's definitely a thing of growth and like learning. I think learning, just people are people, innit? Like you just gotta talk to them like we're talking now, innit? Like it doesn't have to be so serious, so journalistic and all that.
Kind of bringing it back, how did you get from wanting to be like this online kind of persona and personality to actually doing it?
When I started to realize that in the streetwear scene and the fashion scene, no one was really documenting it the way I wanted to do it, right? And I think it was probably maybe after the 110s for 110 video, the Cortez one, which I think was start of summer, May time. People started calling me like the voice of the streets.
Okay, nice.
Then I was like, you know what? I am.
Yeah. There's something
here, innit? So not that I played on that, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to just be outside more than anybody else.
So it almost just took like one video to kind of convince you.
Yeah, like when people are like, oh, you can't call yourself the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But like people calling me the voice of the street. So I'm like, I can't live that down.
Yeah.
I got to live that up.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just pop out everywhere. I'm going to do it my way. Like I ain't trying to be all Like when people are like, oh, you're an influencer, I'm like, Brody, like these influencers, yeah, on TikTok or whatever, yeah, they have zero influence. This is what I'm saying. I got grown men, pause, in my DM telling me how much I motivate them, things like that's real influence. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm the influence. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's the type of influence I want on people. I don't want people just like some half-off influence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want to make a change to like people's lives. You know, I want people to hit me up and be like, bro, you motivated me to, because I've had kids message me say, yo, I started making content because of you. Oh, I started rocking this hat because you started rocking it, and oh, you made me feel comfortable to do this. You know, I've had these messages with people a lot, and it's like that's the type of influence I have, and that's the type of influence I want to continue to have. So, yeah, I think the consistency and the momentum brought me to a point where I was like, you know what, I gotta take this super serious, and I gotta really like try change my life for this, and try change other people's lives with this. There's a bigger picture in it, and I'm aware of it.
And is that how you succeed in this game, through consistency and influence?
Consistency, momentum, keeping it 100, and being true to myself and being honest with myself. The way we're talking now is the way I am on camera, the way I am in meetings, the way I am when I see somebody in the street, the way I am when somebody hits me up. I'm not putting on a mask. So people can't exactly be like, oh, this guy's lying, this guy's, you know, he's a fraud, because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to do all of that. And I feel like that's the only way you can succeed, is if you keep it true, like, to yourself, because there's so many people just faking it. All of these influencers faking it. Don't be buying no CP jacket when you can't afford that. Don't be buying a CP jacket. You do one vid and we never seen you wear that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, the influence thing is cool. I'm not saying like, oh, I have loads of influence. I don't want people to think that. What I'm saying is just the influence I do have on people is what I want to continue to have, which is a positive influence. I don't want to sell anybody a dream. That's why I said earlier, I think people like me a lot more because I'm relatable, because I'm showing you, yo, this is the room I live in. You know what I mean? This is built from the ground up. Like, I'm working with these massive brands, but I still live in this tiny room. You know what I'm saying? I don't go home. Do you know what I mean? I ain't seen my mum since May. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this real life. So, yeah, you have to keep it 100. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be consistent. You have to have momentum. And the thing is, no one has done that. No one has done what I've done in the time that I've done it. That's just a fact. Yeah. People can call that stuck up, but people are insecure.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to kind of do what you do and like putting themselves in front of the camera? Because that can be quite like a daunting thing to like people, and you know.
Yeah, I think I get this question a lot. I think you gotta really ask yourself if that's what you want to do. You know, you gotta really ask yourself if you're prepared to do that. If you're prepared to, because there's one thing. This is what I'm saying in terms of where I feel like I'm different. Because there's one thing about putting your face in front of a camera, but there's another thing about telling your story in front of a camera. Because you have to be vulnerable and all those things. You have to be honest. You know, you have to talk with purpose. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It depends really what you want to do. If you want to show your face in front of the camera, you got to be prepared for that. But if you want to talk your story in front of a camera and share feelings and opinions, things like that, you got to be ready to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say. So it's two things. If you're really built for that, then you'll be fine. If you're not, there's probably no point in trying to do all that. Also, another thing I try to tell people is, they might see what I do and think, oh yeah, this is so amazing, but there's other things as well, you know, like you could be a videographer, you know, there's other things in the content realm. You could be a producer. There's some amazing producers out there. Shout out my guy Lengers. Like, there's some amazing producers out there who do other things. Like Lengers, my boy, he not only is a producer and works with like these massive brands and is behind a lot of these massive campaigns, especially in the streetwear scene. He also runs a brand. He also rapped. So it's like, there's other things that people can do. I think people are quick to see what somebody does and be like, yep, I want to do that straight away. But people need to remember, I never wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? So you might, I don't know, you want to make a music video. You might produce a music video and then realize, oh, you know what? I want to make music, or you know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes in life, you gotta really ask yourself, is that really what you want to do? Are you willing to actually do that?
And follow through with it.
And follow through, because if you're going to make content for a week, there's no point in even starting it. And that's why I tell everyone, anything you're doing, you got to be ready to put years behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say this on my stories and things like that. Like, people see me now, yeah, covering all these things, working with these brands, but no one was there when I was sat crying to my girlfriend because I was getting 20 views on a video that took me 4 or 5 days to edit, took me 3 days to flip and film, took me about 2 weeks to get the guest on. No one was there when I was crying about that, you know what I'm saying? But they're here now when I'm flipping, working with eBay and all these big brands, you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to put that work in.
Yeah, you can't just go straight in for the highlights. You've got to literally be in the trenches beforehand. What made you realize that this format of storytelling and format of video was the one for success?
I don't feel like I'm successful, but act
like you are.
Nah,
like what, you know, you could have done like a 20-minute YouTube documentary.
Yeah. I was thinking, how can I make it digestible on TikTok at the time, and how can I incorporate me with a mic without the memes? And I thought, you know what, I'll just create my own memes. So every single time I make I want to call them the hero videos, right? So let's say a hero video at an event.
Yeah.
Because all the talking to people, whatever, they're just quick, easy, get reaction. That's my meme, right? But my hero videos is where there's not one hero video I've created without a moment in it. And the moment is what sells it.
Yeah.
So I just incorporated, you know, some DNA, what can do well on TikTok. How can I create a meme? How can I make it digestible, but still in my own way? And that's what I did.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. And like creating like this moment or the meme, like, is that something you just think of in the moment, or do you go in with it prep beforehand?
Mixture of both.
Yeah.
In the start, it was very like, I just have to find it. I have to find the kid wearing the fake babe stuff. I have to find that, right? Within my edit, I have to find a weird reaction or whatever. Now, I'm more aware of it. Yo, you lot race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, scream as loud as you can in the mic. Almost directing people, right?
Yeah.
And that took a while, but, you know, we're doing it way better now. And also, I mean, a couple of my people will film, but I mainly roll around with Trish. Shout out Trizzy Stacks, Triz Lucent, go follow my boy. But me and him kind of bounce back like off each other, like, because we done it so much where he might be like, oh, make him do something, or oh no, when, like, because he'll film me, it'll be like he'll, I don't know, go closer to their face, like, do you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. If you have somebody with you who really believes in your craft, it can help.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's sick. It's finding that like viral moment that's gonna hook people.
That's the thing as well. It's a lot to tell, I don't know, a group of kids, like, scream as loud as you get. That it's quite hard sometimes, because sometimes people aren't on it.
You just gotta think, fuck it.
Or telling a rapper like, what's your favorite porn star?
Yeah.
It's a lot, bro, to tell a fucking street rapper that type of shit.
Yeah.
But you have to make yourself uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you make yourself uncomfortable for that video might go viral and change your life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, when I did the Bobo advert with Sloan, shout out my guy and my dog, Sloan gave me an idea for the advert, and I was like, it's pretty like bland, not bland, it was just pretty simple. And I was like, I want to do this. And my idea was, well, my direction, my producer, whatever, was to have as many famous people as we can in the video working in the shop, and to separate them from them being famous.
Yeah, okay.
And there was, I'm not going to say who probably could have pulled up and who got shouted, but it was like probably, you could probably expect the type of people in it. But on the day, M Honcho come, Unknown T, and a lot of man from the streetwear scene who are known in the scene. Shout out them, man. Anyway, the first scene, we walk into the cafe and the M Honcho's behind the bar making drinks. This is a guy who I listen to, right? And I have to tell him.
You're like directing him.
I have to direct a guy who's triple my size.
Yeah.
Probably could beat the shit out of me, and I'm telling him to tell me to shut the fuck up on camera. 2 or 3 takes, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know, I've never done that before. And then we do the other scenes, and an Unknown T's doing the acupuncture on on Sloan, and I'm making Unknown T, a rapper who I think's amazing, do acupuncture on Sloan, who I idolize, you know, a lot. And it's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But that video changed my life.
Yeah.
That video probably made me do content full time. So it's like sometimes you gotta take those risks.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like it, man. I really like it. Like, and the thing is, it's just fun. And like, I bet you those guys like just think it's jokes as well. Like when else are they ever gonna do that? So
from that day, me and Unknown T have like built a relationship.
Yeah.
And you know, we talk here and there. His team talk to me a lot.
Yeah, nice.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, again, from being genuine, being myself. I ain't going there putting on a mask. They probably realized I was kind of a bit nervous, you know, things like that. But sometimes in life, you gotta do what you gotta do, innit?
Yeah. No, I like what you said. You kind of have to direct reality.
Yeah, man. You have to build your own. Like, I'm a big believer, and I think people see this as well. Like, you have to really build your own opportunities. Every single Monday, you know, people hit me up and they're always like, I've been waiting for you to post this on a Monday. Every single Monday, I'll post maybe 2 or 3 slides on my story frames or whatever. Literally just saying, yo, brands, labels, platforms, directors, everybody hit me up, let's work. You know what I'm saying? Let's work. Next slide, my email. Let me consult for your brand. Let me help elevate your platform. Let me help bring you something you never done before. Because in reality, bro, anyone gonna get you that opportunity, you gotta go get that shit yourself. You know how much work that brings me in a new job every single week?
Does it actually?
No cap.
Really?
No cap. And if that
just
comes
by putting yourself out there,
just from putting myself out there,
and that's sick.
You know, I'm seeing other people do that shit now as well, and that's fine.
Yeah,
but, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's bold because like, I think a lot of people are like, they're not could be scared, like, you know, scared to do that and put themselves out there. And like,
I think the main thing is, you know, when I was younger, you know, I did a lot of things. For instance, when I rapped, I always had this type of mentality, right? When I rapped, I think there was a point, there was 6 months, I was dropping a new freestyle every single week, and the freestyle would have a topic towards it. So I did one in a gym one time and it was all gym related. I did one in I did like these throwback ones when I was talking about old games and things like that. And every time I would do it, I would always tell people to tag like a DJ, Chucky Online, Tiffany Calver, all these people. And 90% of the time, the DJ or someone would comment on it.
Nice.
And that was my mini plan and it worked.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, people probably thought, oh, this guy's moist, or like, oh, he's always in my DM asking me to fucking comment on this thing, And, you know, I felt like it never worked for me then. But now it works for me now. And, you know, I put something up on my story a while ago and I always think about it because, you know, I was ranting about something and I said, you know, at the end of the day, people are either going to feel this or they're not going to feel this. But either way, I'm still going to do it because it got me to this point now. So why the fuck would I care about people thinking, oh, this guy is moist? Because in reality, you know, you're going to need me more than you hate me. Mm-hmm. You're going to, you have to like me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to like me. at some point in your life because you're gonna need me for something. Like, and that's how confident I am.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you have so much confidence, a lot of people mistake it as arrogance, but in reality, I'm the least arrogant person ever. I just back up what I talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, but because people don't do that or can't do that, they're insecure about it, and it really shows.
Yeah, man. No, I respect and rate that. You've just got to like it's such a tough game, and like if you don't do those shout outs, or if you don't let people know where you're at and what you want to do, they're not going to hit you up.
No,
like,
they're not.
You've got, like you said, you've got to make those opportunities for yourself.
100%. And that's why, for the most part, I've been turning down management because, you know, loads of people at these brands will tell you, oh yeah, Fabio, we want to set up a meeting. All right, cool. What are you saying today? Or, you know, I was local the other day. Subi wanted to see me for weeks. And then the girl hit me up again the other day. And I was like, where's your office? She was like, Soho. I was like, cool, I'm in Soho right now. Let me pull up. She said, all right, cool. You know, like, sometimes you got to act on impulse. Like, I'm not here to wait around, you know. Like, I hate waiting around. I'm impatient. You know what I'm saying? I need to do that shit now. That's why I think the best thing why a lot of people fuck with me and really like my work as well is because, for as a bad friend, yeah, went there Saturday, pulled up 11:45. It went on to about, let's say, 1. Cool. 1:30, I'm in Nando's with my guy MJ. Edited the video by 2. Video out by 6. Every single time I'll go to an event, the video will be out the same day. 100%.
Mate, that's sick. And like,
because I'm scared, right? I'm scared. That's really what it bubbles down to. I don't ever want to be broke again. I don't want to go back to my ends. That's it. I come to London for a plan, innit? And then I'm executing it. Like, I don't want to go back home. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I get that. And there's like this equation of luck, and it's preparation plus opportunity equals luck. And you've got to make your own luck.
You know what it is, yeah? Yeah, I like what you said at the end. You got to make your own luck, because I don't believe I'm lucky. I genuinely don't believe I'm lucky, you know. Like I said, I studied a lot of people, and, you know, when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I got to be lucky to do this, I got to do it, you know what I mean? But now going older, I've realized that sometimes you got to really feel like you deserve to be in these places, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've arrived, you know? And like, for instance, the Nines thing, he was doing meet and greets, like, you know, he turned down 3 interviews that same day. I watched him turn it down, right, in front of my face. I waited right to the end before he was about to leave. And, you know, people around me like, are you going to ask him or you're not going to ask him? And the thing is, I said to myself then and there, I said, if I go out to him, he says no, he says no. But if I go out to him and he says yes, this could change my life. Change my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that with every single opportunity I bring to myself, and every opportunity that happens, you know, I might be out somewhere and I see someone or what, like, you have to really just
got to grab it.
You just got to grab it.
Yeah.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where people mess up, I think.
Like, that's obviously why you've come so far, because you have just you've seen the opportunity, and you've not only taken it, you've run with it.
Yeah, man. And this is just the beginning, you know. I'm not even 1% of the way where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? When people are like, oh, you gone clear, you made it. I'm like, bro, like I said, I'm still in a flipping room. Like, it, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
So, kind of chat to me about like the business and the brand deal side of it. Like, when you're engaging with a brand about like doing a video, like, what sorts of things are they saying? Like, are they just like, can you make a video and feature our brand, or are they getting quite specific with it? Like,
yeah, so I mean, it really depends like what type of brand I work with, or like who I worked with. But another thing I like to tell people as well is don't oversaturate yourself. So people see the brands I work with, right? But they don't see all the brands I turn down. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm really trying to brand myself correctly and really trying to brand myself in the right way, when I know that some of these brands, if I was to work with them, it saturates me.
Yeah, I hear that.
So when I work with these brands, yeah, it might be a mixture. Most of the time, let's say I speak with a brand, they're like, oh, we got this idea. I'll be like, cool. What are the deliverables, right? What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Cool, we want you to do 2 videos. We want you to edit both of the videos. And we want you to do this concept. Cool, this is my price. And this is my breakdown of what I'm going to do, personality, prep, and edit, right? Or put it all together or whatever. But that's why I'm happy that I turned down a lot of work, because when I work with these brands, for instance, New Era, right? I always wear fitted caps. New Era had to work with me. Why wouldn't they work with me? Because like I was putting on for their brand before they were giving me product, right? So people like that, when I work with them, super easy. They let me do what I need to do, wear their product, boom, easy. eBay believed in me from the start. Boom, they give me creative direction on pretty much everything I do. They might have a little concept, but I'm still myself. And I've helped eBay elevate their platform from when I first started working with them, and they know that. And we love it. We love sneakers. I love sneakers. I'm a sneaker guy, you know. And working with brands like that, it's easier when you work with a brand you like. When I work with a brand I'm not too sure about or whatever, you know, I might be hesitant, but I'm very stern in terms of what I want to do, what I don't want to do. And that's where people need to be more like observant of their own brand, you know. I'm not trying to be a washed up guy. I'm not
trying to sell out.
I'm not trying to sell out for a bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sell out for a couple grand. Like I'm thinking about 4 years time.
Mm-hmm.
Like where New
sure.
Era are gonna give me my own hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Or eBay are gonna let me have my own show, or, you know, flipping Nike are gonna do a shoe with me. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking about that.
I think like working with brands in this kind of aspect, like I feel like it's quite new, like, and I feel like a lot of brands don't know how to approach like these sorts of like engagement, Instagram Reels, TikToks, you know, like videos that actually do well, you know, and are engaging. They're not just like, oh, this is our product, whatever. Like, nah, it's you at the event, talking to the people, finding these viral moments. Like, I feel like it's all kind of like a new space.
Yeah.
And like, from your side, like, do the brands know what they're talking about, or are they just like, we don't know?
Well,
we need help.
You know what it is? I feel like I completely agree with what you're saying. It is new, right? But for instance, you know, never in my life would I think, oh, you could get paid to tell people who to work with. But that's what consulting is.
Yeah.
Right? So brands are aware, but for instance, all the pop-ups I've been to, I could give a brand the formula to make the best pop-up because I've seen which ones work, which ones don't work, right? And those insights and the forecast for the future, no one has that leverage but me, right? So why would they try to get somebody who's 20 years above me to tell them who to work with?
Yeah.
You ain't tapped in like that.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who consult for brands that I know are really tapped into the game. And that's not just streetwear, that's music, fashion, you know, all the things that sell, food, things like that. They are tapped in. So it's not that brands don't know. It's just, I feel like sometimes it's better to hear it from the horse's mouth. Is that the right saying?
Yeah.
It's better to hear it from the source, from the soil, than it is to hear it from some corporate 45-year-old man.
Yeah, for sure.
Who comes from Surrey. Like, you want to hear it from the streets. You want to hear it from the culture. You want to hear, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, keep it authentic.
Yeah. And it really shows.
How would you approach brands in order to get your dream collab?
Well, you know, I'm a true believer in, like, you can't really say anything unless you got shit to back it up, right? So if I'm telling you I'm telling you that I'm the voice of the streets, like, this is the proof. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you I can talk to the biggest rapper in the world, here's my proof. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could cover. I should have been at that Louis show, that first Pharrell show. There's no reason why I shouldn't have been there. You know what I'm saying? That was missing. You know what I'm saying? They needed me there. Like, you gotta show brands that they need you. You're the piece of the puzzle that's missing, right?
Like how would you show like LV that you were supposed to be there?
I'll just pull up, bro. If I was in Paris, I would have pulled up, tracksuit on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Yeah, no, sometimes obviously pitching is one thing, right? I think that's what you're trying to ask me, right?
Yeah, or like, I'm just like, if you thought you're supposed to be there, or like, let's just use that as an example, like how would you go about getting yourself in that show?
Well, I've definitely finessed myself into a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know, I got the gift of the gab. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sometimes it's hard one because sometimes you just gotta, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? You know, mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find a way, innit?
Yeah.
Gotta find a way. Sometimes it's not always gonna work, you know. Gold fighting store open, Tyler Creator was right there in front of my face. I said, yo, bro, you wanna do an interview? He's like, nah, not really. I was like, come on, bro, like, it's 1 minute, bro, 1 minute. He's like, nah. Sometimes you can't get him, man. We'll get him next time. You know what I'm saying? He'll be asking me next 2 years to be in one of his lookbooks. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta think. Because, you know, the old me, I always used to think, oh, they don't like me, or, you know, it's so depressing. Nah, but all that, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll get him next time.
What was the one thing you knew before starting brand deals?
Obviously, I don't have a manager, right? So I have to kind of know my worth. So one thing I knew was to really know my worth, to not lowball myself. Somebody will pay it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will pay it. Right, listen, I'll tell you a story, yeah? I'm not going to... They probably won't like this if they watch this, but I'm not going to tell you the brand.
Yeah.
But my guy, Tris, my right hand, he comes from music management. So he was in the game for years, but he's like my best friend, innit? So like that's just a plus, right? So he's given me a lot of game, whatever. He set up a meeting with this massive platform with me and the platform. He was sitting in the meeting because he knew one of them. He was not acting as my manager, but he was acting as my manager, right? They were like, oh yeah, how much would you charge for like 4 videos, all edited by yourself? And obviously, you come up with the concept, yeah? So Tris was like, yeah, he would do it for 5 bags, 5 racks, yeah? They laughed. They laughed. About 3 of them laughed.
Right.
Laughed on camera, on the video call, laughed at me, yeah? Laughed at me. Bro, within a month, I booked 2 of those bookings. My price went up. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean about, like, I feel like I'm Michael Jordan. Like, you want to laugh at me now, that's fine. You can laugh now, and then you won't be able to afford me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, that's how I truly feel. So you got to know your worth, but you also got to know where to dim yourself down. For instance, if you're going to build a forever relationship or a longer relationship with a brand, cool, bring your price down, but think about the longevity. Think about what you can create with them. Think about what they're going to give you. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Again, what I was saying earlier, people oversaturate themselves. Then brands will look at you and be like, this guy just works at everyone.
Yeah.
You know, or this girl just works at everyone. Like, why would you want to work with them? They're not fresh. They're not new. They're not unique. They're just like everybody else. No one can say that about me. You know what I'm saying? No one can.
You kind of have to spot, the longevity. It's not just one job. It can be multiple jobs.
Yeah, like you have to...
Can be a relationship.
Can be a relationship. It can be a retainer, you know? These are things that people don't know what they are. You know what I'm saying? A retainer, for the people who don't know, is basically a contract or like a setup where a business will pay you consistently to do something for a period of time, but it's consistent money, 6 months, year, 2 years, whatever.
And so you'd rather instead of like one big hit of earning like 5 bags
You'd
a
rather
time, you'd
4
yeah
retainers
yeah
of 5 bags.
yeah
You know what I'm saying? Where you're elevating platforms which you can then take to another business or whatever and say, yo, first worked with this brand, they had 600 followers or whatever, now they have 60,000. There's your proof.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's one thing I knew before working with her.
And so do you see yourself doing these sorts of videos forever, or like
No.
what's the ideal journey or like your goals?
Yeah, so I mean, for the people who don't know, I want to release my own shoe, right? And release my own products, apparel, things like that. Fashion's always been my first love. It costs 10 grand to make an outsole for a sneaker, right? I don't have 10 grand to just drop on an outsole of a sneaker, you know what I'm saying? I'm saving for a yard, you know what I'm saying? But when the apparel comes, it's another type of creative, another type of art that I would dive into. With content, there's no reason why I couldn't be the next Charlemagne the God. There's no reason why I couldn't be the next DJ Envy, the next Jonathan Ross, you know what I mean? There's no reason why I couldn't be that. There's no reason why I couldn't make the next Complex or Hypebeast, Heisner Bay. There's no reason why I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Complex is massive in America. They have Complex Con, you know, where they have their own product thing. Why couldn't I create that here? You know, the UK is missing shit like that. So any investors, shout me, because it costs a lot to do that.
So you're talking about building a platform.
I'm talking about building an empire.
Yeah.
You know, everything, I've got it tatted on me. Forever Living is kind of my empire, you know? Like, you know, Drake has OVO, you know, who else? Like Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa, like, you know, that's my empire, right? That's what I'm trying to build. There's no reason why Forever Living couldn't have a music label. There's no reason why I couldn't have a media publication worth billions. There's no reason why I couldn't do that. And, you know, when I was younger, all I wanted to do was, I'd just be the biggest rapper in the world. And then as I've gotten older, I've realized that you really need your finger in different pies, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to make you a mogul. I'm trying to be a mogul. I'm not trying to just make funny videos on TikTok. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to change the game. Like, I'm trying to change this media game in the UK. Like, no one's done it. You know what I'm saying?
And have you started to do that, or is that something that's just...
I've definitely started to change the game.
Yeah, but like, have you started to branch out from just doing videos?
Well, yeah. Consulting, things like that. Something I never thought I would ever do. You know, I'm dyslexic. Like, I don't know nothing about... Even business stuff is quite hard for me, you know? Like, but I just know that you got to set that price high and just work down, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just think it's more about there's no limit. You know what I'm saying? People limit themselves. There's no ceiling to what I do. You know what I'm saying? Every single time, every month, I've elevated. From the last podcast you watched, since March, bro, my life is fucking...
It's going
full speed ahead, man.
Yeah, sick.
I don't stop, really.
No.
Ever.
That's good. Like, that's good. And I mean, yeah, you've just got to keep your eye on the end goal, and then kind of not worry about, oh, I've got to hit this, I've got to do that. Like, you never know where things are going to take you.
You know, one thing I always tell everyone who's doing something, or like content creators or whatever, they're always like, oh, they might be working with a brand, right? And they'll be like really upset because they're like, oh, or like they're meeting with a brand, whatever, and they get really upset because they're like, oh, it fell through, like, you know what I mean? But I'm telling them, yo, you need 8 meetings on a go. Like, you need 8-9 meetings on a go, like, so that if one falls through, another 3 might come in. You're not just only thinking about that one meeting for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You need to be having 8 meetings a week.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying I do that, but I'm just saying, like, that's just an example.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have multiple things on a go.
Yeah.
Because But then I understand why people are managers, because admin, boy, fuck.
Yeah.
The amount of emails I'm trying to get through, I'm just like, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole nother job in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, and I fucking hate that. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Swear down. Making the videos and that's the easy part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's the bit after, and it's
the invoicing and that, chasing and that. It's fucking hell, man.
Yeah,
Give
man.
me my money, bro.
That's long as well. That is long. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I think to kind of start, to round it off. Yeah, well, like what are your goals, short term and long term? Kind of try and define it a little bit more for us, just so we know.
In short term, to keep bettering myself, to keep elevating, to keep creative, regardless of content, design, product, anything like that, and to keep being myself, keeping it 100, whatever. Long term is to fully change the media game in the UK and to, I guess, take this global, mainly America, take it overseas to America. And I think long term as well, to motivate and to help elevate the next generation to do what they want to do.
What would you say to like a younger FD with big dreams but is maybe not in the position to make those happen? What would you say to them?
I would tell myself to not worry about what people think, to not allow people to I was very, impressionable when I was younger. I did a lot of things because I wanted people to rate me or whatever, until I got older and I realized that people just rated me because I was me. I would also tell myself to maybe not, you don't always have to leave the house, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a deep one.
Yeah.
But it means a lot to me, innit? Like, you don't always have to leave your house, innit? There's probably a lot of situations in my life where I would have been better just being at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah.
Sick. All right,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate you spilling the beans,
Spit
dropping
some bars,
game.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
I appreciate that. But yeah, go check out FD and his videos.
Yeah, man.
His videos are sick anyway. So
FD from the future everywhere. FD from the on Twitter, because they locked my old account. I want it back so bad.
Pete.
Yeah, it's Pete. But FD from the future everywhere on my socials. Go follow me.
Yeah, go follow him. Go follow the journey, and
we'll change the game together.
Maybe shoot him a message if you want as well.
Yeah, man. We'll chop it up.
Yeah.
Get me.
All right. Well, safe, bro.
Come on, gang.